So on Wednesday night, the president gave his State of the Union, and last night on Hannity, Mark Levin gives his own State of the Union. It's a little different than what the president was talking about. He says that the country is actually in a little bit more of a dire state. Watch this.
I would say to the president, why do you keep lying? Why do you keep lying to the American people? A Castro-like speech last night, albeit in English, lie after lie after lie. I'll tell you why you keep lying, because your record stinks. 23 million people are unemployed. Real unemployment's almost 15%. You didn't say any of this in your long speech last night. 1 in every 4 families affected by unemployment. 8.5 million people have left the workforce, the lowest since 1948. 1 in 6 people live in poverty. Median family income has dropped by 5%. Meanwhile, the members of Congress are jumping up like clapping seals, applauding all this. Gasoline prices, the highest on record for any February 13th. The economy actually shrank. Nearly 25 cents of every dollar produced in our economy is taken by the federal government. He didn't say any of this. He didn't say any of this because it's embarrassing. It's a disaster.
He's got 52% approval rating, but 54% of the country say we're on the wrong track. It's true. To me, it reminds me of how people describe their family, because I think the American public likes him personally, and they just factor in, well, what can you do about it? We like him, and they're just going to take the job performance away from the likability.
Right. And most Republicans responded yesterday.
Because family, you can't pick it. It's almost as if, well, what can you do? He's our president, and I like him personally, so I'm not going to hold him responsible for the food stamps, the unemployment, the lack of economic growth, our diminishing standing around the world, the shrinking of our military.
And we've talked about that before, about how the polls, even before the election, seem to say, just the most recent one, about spending. 83% think that we have a spending problem here in this country, and yet to listen to the State of the Union, it was about more spending. I mean, so there is this disconnect, cognitive dissonance, family relations, whatever you want to call it. It seems to be existing.
Plus, there's a disconnect in the fact that the president was pushing a very liberal laundry list of things that he wants to see done, and yet, when you look at a lot of them, not even his own party's going to vote for that stuff. And in fact, a number of Republicans came out yesterday and said, man, we really don't see many of the things that he said last night, meaning on Tuesday night, getting passed. And here's the other thing. As for you, were you interested in what the President of the United States had to say? This State of the Union address was the lowest rated since 2000. Now, the good news is, #1 cable channel for it was Fox News Channel. And for that, we all thank you.
Yeah, and real quick, is there anybody else in the Democratic Party except the president? You don't see anybody stand up. There's nobody. There's no John McCain on the left coming out saying, well, this is where I agree with the president, this is where I don't agree with the president. There's only one guy.
They've got him on a leash. They've got everybody on a leash.
Guess so.